Dude, imagine when Alphabet takes over the entire medical industry and we actually go to Google Docs for our healthcare.
Bruh. It's too real. Fuck you. I hate that. God. Uh,
Hey, not dying is included in your Amazon Prime subscription.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So there's an interesting aspect of that new game coming out, Cyberpunk 2077,
yeah, yeah.
where there's like a subplot about like characters having like different types of health insurance, and one of those versions of health insurance is like a literal militia that comes to like rescue you from a situation.
Oh, that's pretty fun, actually. I
Yeah,
really
it's
like
pretty
that.
cool, right?
Yeah, no, that's an interesting like concept
Yeah,
to put into a video game. Life
yeah.
insurance, huh? I like that a lot.
Cyberpunk,
Okay.
dude. I mean, we already live in like the most dystopic future, you know. But like,
Like,
dude, in
we
20
couldn't
years,
have
though,
made this shit up. Like, it's
it's
crazy.
absolutely
Like,
nuts. Yeah.
yeah, like, I mean, like, we do have like a President Come On show at this point, and it's fucking goofy. Um,
Yeah, we got to take the power away from Big Bazinga and
yeah,
reinvest in
right.
small Bazinga.
Yes, absolutely. Small artisanal local bazinga.
Truly,
Uh,
that's what we are,
Local
really.
bazinga producers are being crushed by these massive corporations. Like Bernie has talked about this at length.
At length,
Uh, uh,
at all, really.
Bazinga Sanders, as I call him.
Yeah.
I'm a Bazinga Bernie bro.
Bernie is short for Bazinga.
Baz, Baz, Bazinga Sanders is his full name. Yeah.
Truly, truly.
Mm. All right. Are you ready to get the show on the road?
Yeah, sure. Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britt.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 283 albums in his Pike series, and we're gonna listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head, a
At
Bucketcast. So hit me with what's new. What you got?
Oh,
What's
what
life?
is new?
What
What's going
is
on?
love? Baby, don't hurt me. Tell.
Don't hurt me no more. No.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been hurt a
that's.
lot. Anyways, what do you got going on?
Jeez. Gosh, golly. I don't really know, man. I've just been hanging out with my wanging out.
As one does.
Yes.
I mean, as is protocol.
Really, I mean,
you know?
yeah, that's what I was taught in kindergarten, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it until the police catch me.
I I was also taught to rock out with my cock
Yes.
out exclusively.
Yes.
Um,
That was
so that-
another thing I learned in kindergarten. It was like I think that was
Good.
on the look both ways before you cross day, was the
Oh,
rock
sure.
out with your cock out.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Was that?
Uh, I don't have an end to that joke.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
Okay, yeah. So you've been hanging out, you've been kicking it, but what have you been actually doing?
I've actually been literally kicking it. I've just been finding things to kick lately.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I got all those shoes that we've talked about in previous episodes, and so
totally.
like, I'm just testing out. I've seen how they all walk and run and everything, and now I'm like getting a good flavor for all the kicks.
Like, are you actually kicking objects or just kicking the air?
Yeah, God, it depends. So actually, I've been kicking a lot of roadways lately. I
What?
actually recently got my kicks on Route 66.
I hate you so much. Fuck that joke. Cool. Yeah, I do kicks sometimes at work. Like if I'm just like vibing,
Like
I
a
just
Beavis
wanna...
and Butthead type, like
Yeah, exactly, just
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, kicks is just like Speaking of Beavis and Butthead, that's what's up with me. I watched Beavis and Butthead Do America recently.
oh,
The
that's
first
a
time-
fun movie.
For the first
That's a
time in
good
a long
movie.
time.
Like,
And
yeah.
like, it's a great film. Like it holds up so well. Like the
Yeah.
jokes are so good, and the pacing is just perfect.
Mhm.
Like that is one of the most perfectly paced films I've ever seen. It's
No, that's-
so like all all of the jokes are on point. Like the story
Mhm.
moves at a really fast clip. Like it's all really fun. That is the most masterful job of extending like a 5-minute skit into a feature length film I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, it's actually, you know what else is a great fucking job of doing exactly that?
Mm-hmm.
It's Office Space.
Oh yes. Oh,
Office Space
absolutely.
started with a like a 3-minute sketch about Milton that was
Mhm.
animated,
Yeah.
and like Mike Judge is like, I think there's more here, and there was so much more. Like,
Yeah.
all right,
So yeah, we listened to some albums. I did.
we did, but before that, I think we're forgetting something.
Oh, is it what I think it is?
I think I gotta hit you with a bucket fact.
Bucket fact.
Bucket fact.
Bucket
fact. Bucket fact.
Thanks, dude. I'm stoked.
Yeah. So today's bucket fact. In 1993, Buckethead tried out for the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Wow. Okay.
but he was turned down in favor of Eric Marshall, the
I've never
former
heard of him.
guitarist of Tone Loc,
Whoa.
performer of Funky Cold Medina,
I know Tone Loc.
which we talked about on episode 2.
Wow, a throwback.
Yeah. But Eric Marshall didn't last long. He was soon replaced by Dave Navarro, who made
Wow.
one.
I didn't even know Dave Navarro was in.
Yeah, he was. I mean, that's kind of how he became famous. That and like being associated with like Carmen Electra and like Bad Boy Records and P Diddy and whatever. But
Okay, I gotta. Okay, an aside for a second. I've only ever met one person in my entire life who likes Jane's Addiction.
I
have
don't
never,
get it.
ever-
I don't get it.
Yeah, I
Perry
know, I
Farrell
don't understand.
is annoying as fuck, right?
Oh, okay. So that's not why I don't get it. I don't get it because like they were ostensibly a popular band, in
Super
the 90s,
popular.
But I know absolutely no people who like that band except for one person.
So you know what Jane's Addiction is they are the Boomtown Rats of the 90s. So you know Boomtown Rats,
Okay.
right? Fronted by Bob Geldof, who like put together Live Aid, right? They only had one hit ever, really, maybe 2 in the UK, but like they were not really a big band. The reason
What was the song? I don't remember.
I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I
Is it
don't
about
like
Garfield?
Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. It's actually about someone who like shot a lot of people.
So Garfield.
Normal.
All right.
So, by the way, can we talk about Normal for a second? Garfield and their relationship and the fact that Normal is a boy, and it's obvious like Garfield wants to prey on him.
Yeah, I thought Normal was not a boy. Is Normal's a boy?
Normal's a boy.
Normal's
Normal-
a they them.
No, Normal seems like a girl, but it very explicitly says Normal's a boy in the comic a couple times.
Interesting. Do you think
Yeah.
they have like a daddy dom sort of thing going on?
Well, that's the thing. I think Garfield wants that,
Yeah.
but Normal's totally not into it. Normal totally ignores Garfield,
Uh-huh.
and I think that's the real like genesis of their conflict, because they're like always at odds. Garfield hates Normal, but really what it is Garfield just wants to dick that down.
Yeah, he does.
He wants to take his
I mean-
big, sloppy, furry, orange dick and just wax that bitch up.
What doesn't Garfield want to dig down? Really?
Now, this is what I think about when I masturbate, all right? So, can I bring up my notes here? One
Yeah, oh,
sec.
please, please.
So, yeah, we listened to 3 more albums.
That's
3 more
true.
Pikes.
Pikes 10, 11, and 12.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start with number 10, The Silent Picture Book from September 20th, 2012.
2012. Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Silent Picture Book. Okay. This one was okay. This is like a prog light album. It's almost a prog album. Almost.
Yeah, no, it was very I'd say pretty diverse. Like there was a
I think
lot
it's
going
like one
on
of
here.
the most diverse so far,
Mhm.
honestly.
Right.
Lot of different styles there.
Yeah.
I thought that Blind Cyclops was a fun track. That's one of the early tracks. I think it's like track 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of rhythmic layering in that one.
Yeah, and
It was
it's
pretty
some
cool.
tasteful guitar playing.
Hmm.
And then there was that Flea Market, which was a fun song. That was the happiest song I think I've heard from Buckethead.
That was my favorite song on here. It was like super. The only way I can just like the production was different and the tones were super
well,
different.
I mean, there's like acoustic guitar backing to it, so like that.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
helped.
and so yeah, that along with like the guitar tone made it sound like super 90s.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
it sounded like jangly and melodic. It reminded me a lot of like maybe like the Gin Blossoms
Sure.
or the Wallflowers. Like
Even
those
Third Eye
kind
Blind.
of
Let's throw them in
kind
there.
of yeah. I get that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Totally.
Mhm.
I could see that. That one was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got some pretty tasteful guitar playing through this one. The
Yeah.
fuzz pedal makes a brief appearance.
It did. I
did
noticed that.
I think I'm just gonna draw attention to that because it's such an unusual thing for him that like
I don't think it's
when it
gonna
shows
be
up-
in the future here. So like because if you decide to like call that out every time, if he just does it on every album, it's gonna get like
Well,
Spencer, shut up
you know
about the
what?
fuzz pedal.
I'm never gonna fucking shut up about the fuzz pedal, and you can come at me,
Like,
bro. If you want.
That's fine. In that case, I'm just gonna talk about the like the stutter effect every time he uses it, or his kill switch every time he starts fucking around with that.
All right.
I actually have already. Like I fucking hate that kill switch so much.
I'm here for it. It's all right. Whatever.
It's so overdone.
There's a song on the album. I think it's the last song, or maybe the second to last song. It's called "Rope Light," and
that's the third to last song. Yeah.
third to last song. Okay. It's a fun song. I liked it. I think it was probably the song I liked the most on this album. And
it's
Rope Light,
another very long solo though.
It's
a long solo.
That song's got to be about Shibari though, right? Like anytime somebody's mentioning rope, I'm just like, yeah, you're a weirdo. Got that rope, doing that rope stuff.
Do not at me, bro.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. What is life as a 30-something if you ain't got a couple spools of rope? I mean, I don't know.
Straight up,
right?
Like
what are you
yeah, like over the past, I've invested in a lot of rope and like restraints and stuff.
Yeah,
it's,
actually, same. We should cut this
I've-
out.
It's just I'm so lonely and I don't want him to escape anymore.
Nice. So yeah, this one was fun. It was diverse.
So one thing I really noticed on this album is it introduced an entirely new element and influence to the music that was super trip hoppy.
Okay.
Like he
yeah, okay, I could see that.
on this he uses a lot of like very sparse drum beats and a lot of bass as rhythm.
Sure.
Like bass synths going like do 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 do.
Oh yeah, there was more like
that
arpeggiated
kind
like
of thing.
synth stuff on this one. Like definitely.
Yeah. Like in actually using the bass and like a melodic tool as a rhythmic tool. He did that a lot more on this album than he has on anything before this, which I really liked. Like I definitely noticed that like although this album's very diverse, it's definitely pretty metal and also very trip hop.
Well, that happens. I felt like any song on this album could be used as the background music for a boner pill commercial.
Just about, except for there was one super melodic song, the penultimate song, Flashes, was like super clean and only like a minute long.
Right. I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else though, 100%.
Yeah, just boner pill vibes, But I like that. I like the boner pill vibes. It's okay.
Get gas station boner pill or like a Blue Chew commercial?
I like the blue stuff.
The Blue Chew, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, which I mean, it's only a matter of time before they become our sponsor. They're like, they're the only company that would like sponsor anything as filthy and worthless as us.
We are worthless. That is for sure.
We are adding nothing to culture.
No, truly.
I need you to realize that.
Like,
we're
going
to be doing like 100 podcasts about nothing.
Yeah.
We're going to be like five seasons of Seinfeld about Buckethead. It's
I would watch that. Kind of into it. No, I've thought about this a lot because, like, presumably at some point I'm gonna need to like tell people I do this, and then I'm like, wait, what?
I mean,
why?
I've actually been telling people about this lately, and they're like, the most common reaction I get is, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I like to think that I can say interesting things, but I honestly don't know if that's true.
Can I just tell you it's not?
Yeah, thanks. That helps a lot. Thanks. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still very sparse with emojis.
I'm not.
Like,
I love emojis. Emojis are great.
I do like them. So, like, let me show you the emojis I use the most.
Yeah. Give me your top. Actually, just name your top 6 emojis. Let's do that. That'd actually be a fun game right now.
All right. So mine are laughing face emoji with tears.
The crying? Yeah, okay, yeah.
So mine's the like
I use that one quite a bit.
Mine's the level one, not the angled one. I don't like the angled one.
I don't like the angled one either, unless I'm using it in context of like I'm laughing so hard sarcastically. Because the only time I use it is when like that's really funny, quote unquote.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And then second is like the heart eyes emoji.
Okay.
I use that one. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes
that's good. That's good for like you know sexting or if
like honestly just if somebody like posts something on the internet that I think is cool like that's
or like a
cute
one. Cat.
Yeah.
I use that for cats a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of uses for that.
Mm-hmm. You know.
Then I use the like smirking emoji where it's like the upturned the mouth on one side.
Yeah.
Smirking about something, and then it's the like. Face is smiling and there are hearts around it. Like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like I feel so loved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Yeah, that's a wholesome one.
There's the shaka, of course.
Oh, hang loose, bruv.
And then the black heart.
Yeah, okay. So black heart is my number 1.
Yeah.
I use that one for everything. You know, I'm a soft goth.
Mm-hmm.
So I black heart lots of things.
Yeah.
Lots of things are black heart worthy in my life.
Black heart craft.
Black heart craft.
Wait, no, black heart cult.
Black heart craft cult.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, dolls kill. Shut up. Dolls kill with a penis.
Spicy.
My number 2 is the laughing with the crying. My number 3 is the that's so hot thing, the one with the like the red face that's panting.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Damn.
Okay, with the tongue hanging out. Yeah, that's critical.
Yep. My number 4 is big frown.
What?
Big frown.
I don't know.
The big frown. There's one frown where it's just like half the mouth's like, and then there's a big frown. It's just like I'm unhappy about that.
Okay. Yeah.
And I use that one a lot because.
Wait, are you talking about like red face frown?
No, just regular frown, big frown.
Okay.
Yeah. Then number 5, which I actually thought was going to be like my number 1 or 2, is the smiley with red cheeks, like the that's so sweet. Oh, these are a lot. I like it. Mm-hmm. And then number 6 is saucy devil.
Oh, like the
saucy purple devil. Yeah, being we're gonna do a weird thing. Yeah.
Yo, all these homies acting like they on the fence. The argument has no pretense. My disbelief is in suspense. The low-rent philosophy, it has no effect on me, and I don't see how I can rebuke these claims. They insane like a clown posse. Like Freddy, you can't stop me now from getting fucking hot like August in Atlanta. When I'm rapping, turn yellow, just like a banana. I'm high climb them trees like that General Sherman. Whip out my pee-wee sucker just like Herman. I'm like, bring out the girls, bring out the boys, bring out the drugs, bring out the toys. Cause with all the smoke we're potting, all the shrooms and dabs we're popping, yo, it's getting pussy popping and the body's never stopping. So come on, girls and dudes, don't be prudes, get this body popping and bring us some lube.
So the second album we listened to was Pike number 11, Forgotten Library.
This one was released the day after my 25th birthday.
Wow.
April 9th, 2013.
What did Buckethead release an album on your birthday?
No,
April 8th?
not
Oh, okay.
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm sure he did at some point.
I wonder if he released an album on my birthday. I'm gonna have to look at that.
He did actually. He
Oh.
definitely released one on New Year's Eve one year. Yep. Oh, no, not New Year's. Christmas Eve. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Thanks for getting it right.
Hey, listen, you got the baby Jesus and baby New Year. I get them conflated because I don't believe in either of them.
What is Baby New Year? I've never heard of that.
You never heard of like the old man year and the baby New Year? That's like the two symbologies of, yeah, like at a lot of New Year's parties, they'll have like someone dressed up as an old man. That's like the old year dying, and someone dressed up as a baby.
What?
That's
What
there
fucking
for
parties
there
are
for
you
their
going to?
diaper fetish parties. All right.
All right. Okay. Well, that makes a lot.
Old man diaper fetish parties.
Wait, like the old man needs the diapers because of incontinence, or like the old man's just into the diapers?
Yes.
All right. Fair enough.
He needs it for his incontinence, the fact that he's got a big puffy boner and he needs to hide it, and also because he's constantly just oozing pre-cum, and he needs something to catch that. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta catch it up. That makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta whip it out, jerk it out.
Oh, like the Caesars.
Caesar song, yeah, the one that you hear at every fucking grocery store.
Oh,
And
they
you're
play that
like,
at grocery stores, huh?
They played it at every grocery store, and you're like, God, I've heard this song on like 80 movies.
Jerk
and
it out.
Yeah, like all the movies were like British movies from the 90s.
Yeah.
Where like someone's like
road
snorting
trip
a
teen movies, like that
Yeah.
feels like that kind of a song.
Someone's either like having a party or like doing a line of coke in a bathroom.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That is a sick organ part, though. I will give
Oh
it
yeah,
that. That is
I
a
think,
sick.
honestly, like I think
fucking
that song.
organ
I
part.
think that song's kind of a banger. Like I think it's alright.
It would actually almost fit in, I think, like Blur's discography pretty well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Forgotten Library was an interesting one.
Yeah.
A lot of switching between acoustic and electric.
Yes, I
So-
loved it. So it was really, honestly, what the entire album was a speed metal album with a ton of acoustic interludes.
Mhm.
That's all the album is. 7 tracks of just that.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good. I liked it. What do you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Yeah, actually, I really like that he's doing more acoustic stuff. I want to see him do a purely acoustic album. I feel like we're gonna get
of course.
one. Like I really do.
It's got to happen.
It's
like
gotta
there's so
happen.
many of these fucking albums.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it, like it's just not going to make any sense. Like
He's got to do it.
he has to.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm excited for the purely acoustic album. I think that some of the acoustic stuff in here was really, really good. I think the title track, even though it's very simple and it's very short, is probably my favorite song on this record. I liked it a lot. It was just very melodic and very pretty. And I like his acoustic stuff actually a lot. Like,
No,
I think
actually-
he has a really good ear for melody. And when he
No.
chooses to use that, it's pretty great.
Yeah, and I actually said the same thing. Forgotten Library was my favorite track on this album, and moreover, I think on all 3 of these albums. And it's only like a minute and a half long, but it's just acoustic guitar, and that's it. Like it's super close mic'd. You can actually hear like his finger sound in the mic, and it's like it's almost underproduced, I think, intentionally, and that adds to its beauty.
Sure. Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's really great.
Pretty good. This is the most prog record. Okay, so one of my notes says the most prog record so far, but that is not accurate because the next album I think is more prog.
And I actually thought the previous album was a little more prog too. Like this album's like very metal. I don't know. It reminded me a lot of like advanced Metallica, basically. It was like,
I don't know. I mean, like the thing is, it's not super riffy. Like there are riffs, there are good riffs, but it's not super riffy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, like I did like the switching between acoustic and electric. I thought that was really fun and different. I really do like that he is exploring new ideas with these records. Like they genuinely do feel like each of these kind of has its own little identity. Some of them are really similar, but when we encounter ones like this, it's like, oh, okay, like this is genuinely different.
Yeah,
and I liked that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a different album, and honestly, like, I'd say all three of these albums are pretty. I mean, not markedly different from everything he's done before, but I mean, they're all very concentrated album efforts that are different from all of his other albums he's done so far, which is, I was actually surprised because this is the first time I feel we've gotten three unique albums that actually stand out from any of the other ones, really.
Yeah, they were definitely different, for sure. I feel like, so I have a couple notes about some songs here. I felt like Faded from View was not one of my favorite songs that I've heard so far. I thought it was too
really long. It was 9 minutes.
That was my note, just like too long. And I felt like the song after that, or I think it's the song after that, or maybe it's a couple songs later, but it's like Beginning Putrefaction or whatever. I felt like that was just a better take on the same ideas. Like it was very similar, but it was just better. I liked it better. But I don't know. A little bit of inconsistency here and there, but overall, like a really solid and interesting album. I enjoyed it.
Actually, you just named my two least favorite songs on the album, Faded from View and Beginning Putrefaction, specifically because, like, Faded from View was 9 minutes long, and there was about 5 or 6 minutes of solo in it. And then Beginning Putrefaction was, over 5 minutes of soloing in it in the 6 or 7 minute song. And so, both of them were just like,
totally.
This is fine. I like the stuff more where he just did a ton of acoustic work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there was a lot of acoustic work in this, and it was all very good.
Yeah, I liked it quite a lot. And I felt like overall, this album felt to me like it could have been the soundtrack to an indie video game about an anthropomorphic mouse trying to find its way home from a research laboratory. That's
a little vague. Could you expound on that?
No.
Yeah, so I wrote this is an album of like a lot of extremes, like a lot of speed metal, some slam stuff, and a lot of really fucking pretty acoustic parts.
Yeah.
And in as much, honestly, it would be a good soundtrack to Nature. Because Nature is beautiful as fuck, and then it gets real brutal and metal for a bit sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nature is both of those things.
It's serene much of the time, but then sometimes it just fucks shit up.
Yeah.
And that's what this album did. And I was like, all right, yeah, cool.
Bucket life, if you will. Do you think that Buckethead Land has the death penalty?
Oh, we haven't actually talked about Buckethead Land like as a location. Well, I mean, like first and foremost, is Buckethead Land just named after Buckethead, or is he also the head of state?
I don't know. I'm assuming that it doesn't have anything to do with him. It's just like a place where people live.
Well, and here's a thing, and perhaps I should save this for a Bucket fact, but this will illuminate more about Buckethead, I think.
He's Illuminati, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Makes sense. Deep state.
He grew up just minutes from Disneyland.
Okay.
And spent a lot of time in his life at Disneyland.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. And so Buckethead Land perhaps is a take on that.
Could be. It certainly could be.
No,
but assuming
looking into his connection with Disneyland, I definitely think it's a take on that.
Okay.
I definitely think. I don't think there's any question. Like, and I'll bring it up with more Bucket facts later. because I've
stay
done.
tuned for more bucket facts.
No, next time, remind me to talk about Buckethead and Disney. No, I'll remind myself. I'll put it in my notes. But yeah, the next bucket fact is going to be about Buckethead and Disney because there's a lot of stuff there. It's actually pretty interesting.
All right, yeah, let's get greasy on some bucket Disney.
Disney buckets, bro.
Yeah, here for that. Yeah. Anywho, we listened to another one.
We did.
Pike number 12.
Yeah.
Propeller.
Yeah. So propeller is misspelled here as
Propeller.
Propeller with propeller with an AR. The ER. Not sure why. But that's
artistic sake.
Yeah. So this one was pretty cool. It was proggy as fuck.
I actually really liked this one. It was really proggy. I feel like the first half was better than the second half, but still I did really enjoy it. Like the first metal song has like a really cool guitar riff in it. Like there's like this really fast thing that he does that's like really like weird and cool. I really liked it. And then this has my favorite acoustic moment of the Pikes so far, which is track 3, Meeting of the Mummy, which is just acoustic guitar with a beautiful solo over it. It's very tasteful. It's really good. I really liked it.
No, Meeting the Mummy was really great, and I actually took notes on the drums here because the drum samples that he used were super interesting. And I don't know if you noticed, but like the way he programmed the drums and the drum sample he used a lot of room noise and a super like wet sounding snare, like a ton of snare on the snare, ton of sizzle on it. And actually like so I wrote like he programmed and mixed the drums to sound like a country song, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
It was pretty cool because that's like the first time I've heard him do drums anything like that. And it was kind of like the whole song was just kind of like a country blues rock song with acoustic guitar.
But it was like pretty, and there's a very
it was super pretty.
Solo to it. I liked it very much. Very nice.
It was real good. After that, the album starts to get so the track directly after that, the Poultry Show. I don't know if you noticed this. The opening riffs sound very similar to Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses.
Sure, I could see that.
Yeah.
So I will say this, sorry, I forgot what the name of that song is.
Poultry Show.
The Poultry Show. Yeah. Honestly, okay. And I don't like to be negative, but that is probably my least favorite song of any of the songs I've heard so far.
It honestly, so the whole song is pretty Guns N' Roses, straight up.
Yeah,
like the groove he goes into.
It's very blues rock, which is just not something I'm into.
Yeah.
Which it isn't bad. It's just like I was like,
it's like a hard blues rock, and it's very like I'd recommend going back and listening to it after the suggestion that it's a GNR song because it sounds exactly like a fucking GNR song. It's weird.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're not wrong, and that was something I thought multiple times when I was listening to that song. Like you're absolutely right. It felt very much like it reminded me a lot of Guns N' Roses, and I was like, that's weird that this reminds me of Guns N' Roses, but it really does. And you're not wrong. So it's actually pretty funny that you bring that up. That being said, like then we have our weird like slap experiment, which is a very long song,
12 minutes long.
Which I actually like. I didn't hate it. It was
okay. It was twice as long as it should have been, straight up. About half the way through the song, it sounds like he just starts playing through a swimming pool pedal. It's like
I love the idea of a swimming pool pedal. Like it had like water in it and everything, like a little tiny little guy.
Yeah, it just sounds like he's playing underwater, and it's like this weird like muffly. It's not good. I don't like the effects he used on the song so much. But after that, the song after that, Dome, the song that it ends on, is pretty cool actually.
Yeah, I like it.
I like the ending song.
Me too.
And for the most part, I feel like Buckethead ends his albums pretty well.
I would agree. Yeah, I feel like all of the closing songs have been like pretty good.
They usually at least elevate themselves from the rest of the album, or like end on a better note than the rest of the album most of the time. Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yeah, pretty good though.
This one was pretty proggy in the sense that it made me think about space a lot.
Yeah.
Like space was a theme that I felt like maybe like mining asteroids or like escaping from an exploding space freighter, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what made me think of.
Yeah, I could feel that. I actually, I wrote, like, I thought this would be really good for, like, maybe a space zombie game or space zombie movie. It definitely had a lot of, like, sci-fi elements to it.
Yeah.
For sure. Except for, you know, like, Meeting the Mummy and the Poultry Show were kind of very big outliers, but everything else was, like, you know, kind of proggy, metal-y, death metal-y, dynamic.
Yeah, there were a couple riffs that actually, like in the first song, there's a riff that's like a pretty death metal riff.
Yeah,
I was like,
the second riff in that song, like, so it starts out with like a dissonant clean part, and then it goes into like prog death for a minute, and I'm like, interesting. Right. Yeah, I'll take it.
That was my reaction too. Like, all right.
That was good though. It was not unwelcome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was you know, these 3 albums might have been my favorite set of 3 so far.
Yeah. I would actually
like,
probably
none of these were any of my favorite albums. Like, probably all 3 of them would make like the top 5 so far though.
Yeah.
Like, Empty Space is still going to be my number 1. I really liked Empty Space a lot. But no, these were all good. I
big agree.
I liked them, and they set themselves in. They started showing more promise and diversity than pretty much all the other albums we listened to, and I think that's pretty neat.
I, for one, welcome our diversity overloads.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Here, I just can't wait for that inevitable acoustic album.
You know what would be great is so since his albums are getting more diverse, I'd like him to have an album that's just him teaching diversity training.
Dude, if there was a spoken word album in this mix, like that would be
incredible. God, I would need a diaper because I'd just be like pre-coming like that old man at the party I went to.
We don't need to talk about Joel.
Joel, talk about Joel. Joel, talk about Joel. Joel, talk about Joel. Joel, talk about Joel. Joel, talk about Joel. Joel, talk about Joel. Joel, let's talk about Joel. Joel, let's talk about Joel.
Lay it on me. I'm ready for it.
What are we laying?
You're supposed to figure that out. That's not my job.
Oh, are we doing recommendations now? Is that
no? Well, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, what you got? Recommend me something that I won't check out.
Well, for first, I'm gonna recommend me buying a chair that doesn't squeak through every fucking episode.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, what you got for me on that front?
Oh, well, so our episodes, if I kept them all in, would be entirely my chair squeaking and you going
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Gettin Head, a squeaky chair and throat clearing podcast.
Oh god. Yeah. There we go.
So I was actually I was talking to Gordon about it. Gordon is a mutual friend of ours, a really good guitarist in a black metal band called
You can never remember the name.
I can never, and I literally told him this. I'm like, I'm never gonna remember your band's name.
Yo, I just forgot the name. Like I wanted to say Eluvete, but that's definitely not the band.
Isonortal is their band name.
Sure.
I can't believe I remembered that. So Isonortal, they're really great.
Or is it Isonortal? I always thought it was.
I think it's Isonortal. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm close enough. All right.
All right.
just let me have it.
Okay.
So I was telling him about this, like how I was like doing podcast stuff, and he's like, "Oh God, that must be miserable." I'm like, no, it's actually pretty fun. And he's like, yeah, I've been just recording a bunch lately. And we recorded a ton of vocal tracks, but our vocalist just makes so many noises with his throat. And so he like gulps a lot and like breathes really heavy in weird ways. And so what he did is when he was like chopping up the vocal tracks, he took all those out, but just put them all on a separate track.
Yes.
And so for the entire album, he's got like 5 or 10 minutes of just like, and
wow, that was pretty good off the top of your head.
no.
Anyways, so like I guess I would say recommendations. I mean, outside of watching Beavis and Butthead Do America, which everyone should watch again, it's amazing. It's so fucking good. I would recommend that. I would also, I mean, this is a pretty basic recommendation, but holy shit, dude. Have you watched The Boys? You really got to watch that.
I have not, no.
So fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that. Watch The Boys. Just anybody out there, watch The Boys. It's good. It's really good. It's on Amazon Prime. But if you hate Amazon, hey, pirate it. I don't give a fuck. That sounds great. Just watch that show. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
Totally.
So for my recommendation, I'm gonna go ahead with a film called Manborg, and it's a Canadian film from one sec here.
Manborg
from 2011.
Okay.
It's done by a production company known as Astron 6, who I think is defunct at this point, unfortunately. But
defunct. They took the funk away, right?
They basically made like an empty space because they took away the funk.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
That's a Buckethead joke. That's
jokes.
So anyway, Manborg, made by this production company called Astron 6, that was like kind of a bunch of people who wanted to like almost do tributes to like 80s films and stuff. Okay. And it is fucking fantastic. It's visually one of the weirdest films I've ever seen. It's poorly written, but in like such a great way. Mm-hmm. So I think it's actually very well written. But the acting is terrible in just the right way. It's like a really good modern bad movie. Mm-hmm. I would say it reminded me a lot of like Kung Fury, but it was made before Kung Fury, and it's the production value is so much lower, but in just the right way.
Nice.
Like there's a lot more like claymation and stuff like that, and the claymation rules.
You love to see claymation,
mm-hmm.
Like
God, I love claymation.
Especially in 2020 when After Effects is like so easy. Like when somebody goes to the effort of using claymation, you're like, what the fuck is happening here?
I fucking love practical effects. Like they just look worse, but in a way that's so goddamn charming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I really love them.
Better.
Really love them.
Better together.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Peanut butter practical effects.
Peanut butter practical effects. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. It just came to my brain. I was thinking about peanut butter jelly time, and I don't know. You know. Wait, so peanut butter jelly time, is that from Family Guy, or just Family Guy made a reference to it? I actually don't know.
So peanut butter jelly time was by the Buckwheat Boys.
It's a song?
And they were active from 97 to 2002.
Okay, so that still could have come from Family Guy.
It was featured on The Proud Family, Family Guy, and a Flash animated series, including Mario Brothers Z.
Okay, so it's not purely Family Guy that did it, but I think they're the ones who pushed it into the mainstream.
Yeah. Okay. And they also did a song that got pretty popular and was featured in a Baskin Robbins campaign called Ice Cream and Cake.
Cream and cake. You know what's better than ice cream and cake, though?
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream and, like, pretty much anything else. Like, ice cream and pie, ice cream and brownies.
I don't know, like... Yeah, ice cream and pie is definitely superior. Well, the thing about
ice
cake
cream
is
and
like
a warm cookie. Like, come on, that's better than pie.
It depends.
Cake.
If it's like a fresh molten cake, then we're talking something super different. But
Yeah,
like,
but that's like
cake
a
is always
brownie.
served cold. Yeah, cake is always served like room temperature or cold, and I don't get that
And, like-
unless it's an ice cream cake. Ice
Yeah,
cream cakes
that's
rule.
totally different.
Is
But
it?
Here's the thing.
Is it?
It is different. It is different. But
Is
here's
it?
the thing. Here's the
Mhm.
thing. Check this out. So, like, cake has frosting on it. Frosting does not mix well with ice cream. It doesn't.
True.
Like, it
That's
either,
true.
like-
That's true.
It either gets super cold and hard,
Mhm.
which isn't great, or
Yeah.
it just like gets weird. Like, it doesn't like mix with the ice cream, right? It's like a
Mhm.
separate thing, and it's like a separate sweet thing that I don't know.
Are you describing cake or my penis?
Definitely, I was talking about your penis right then.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for clarifying for our friends at home.
So I'm sorry. I need to go back to the Buckwheat Boys real quick.
The Bucket Wheat Boys.
Yes, the Buckethead Wheat Boys.
That's the name of
because-
this episode, by the way.
Buckethead Wheat Boys. Okay, all fine. In 2002, founding member and vocalist Jeremy Fuller, who's the brother-in-law of Snoop Dogg,
Oh, okay.
shot a police officer non-fatally in the head and chest, then barricaded himself in his Las Vegas apartment, taking 2 men hostage. The hostages escaped unharmed. A recording was played over the phone of Fuller's brother-in-law, Snoop Dogg, attempting to convince him to surrender, but to no avail. After an 11-hour standoff, Fuller was found dead in the apartment's bathroom, holding a handgun in his right hand with a gunshot wound to his right temple.
Wow, that fucking rules.
Fuller's death directly led to the disbandment of the group. Thanks,
Okay.
Wikipedia. Couldn't tell. That was a
Wow,
helpful.
that is a story.
That was.
I wasn't
not,
expecting
I
that.
was not expecting
Wait, so
that when googling
which-
peanut butter jelly time.
Wait, so which guy was that in the band?
The
Like, what did
vocalist. He was the guy peanut butter
Did
jelly
he-
with a baseball bat. The guy who
Did-
yelled that.
Did he play? Did he play any instruments, or was he just a vocalist?
I don't think so. I think it was just the vocalist.
Okay, so not a musician.
Vocalists can be musicians too.
No.
If they like know
Yeah.
notes and if they know notes and things, yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wow. I wasn't expecting that. That's wonderful.
That was pretty fun.
I want to hear that the recording of Snoop Dogg trying to be like, "Yo, brah,
God,
like,
right? No,
chill
that's gotta
out."
be. Yeah, because I mean, Snoop Dogg's like super calming and like zen, right? Like
Truly,
Snoop Dogg
yeah.
is like, I don't know. Even though he's like most likely a murderer, I find him very zen and like
Truly.
a really likable seeming fella. Even though he probably murdered somebody, but you know, a lot of us probably murder somebody at some time in our life, right?
Vehicular manslaughter is a thing.
I mean, vehicular homicide, even like premeditated. Because I mean,
I
like
love the idea of vehicular homicide. Sorry, we gotta talk about that for a second. I love the idea of like premeditated, like I'm gonna murder this guy with my car.
right? It's like, well, I don't have a gun. What do I have that could kill him, though?
You're like a 1990 Honda Civic. Let's fucking go.
Fucking 89 Buick LeSabre. The fucking death machine.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, you'd love to see it.
Wow. R.I.P. guy whose name I already forgot. Damn. Jerry? Is that his name? I don't know.
Oh, are you talking the guy from the band?
Yeah.
Let me look.
peanut butter suicide time.
Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter Jerry time. Let's hope his name was Jerry.
I think it was Jerry. That sounds right.
Man.
Wow.
You ever just non-fatally shoot a cop in the head?
Not yet. I'm open to the possibility.
I think the most disappointing part of that story is like he shot a cop in the head and the chest and he didn't die. I mean,
Damn.
I mean, disappointing for him.
Sure.
Yeah, because that was his goal.
And honestly, for that police officer, because like, damn, those wounds got to be hard to heal from.
Right?
Like,
oh man.
Straight up.
Yeah, and like, especially if you have like permanent brain damage from that. Oh man.
Yikes.
This
is getting very dark.
Big yike. Big yike. That's all I have to say about officer shootings. Is a big yike.
Ooh. I like yike. Wait, no, that's not the right thing to say.
These pills are getting you for my mind into a fucking glut. I pretend to be kind and say they're working. Sometimes I get caught, you know why, but still I try to play by these rules that I bought into the plan of man. And now I am so fucking damn distraught because within the simple nature of our pistol comes a light aside to you and living to reject what is above. All authority superiority shall humble in the dust. Take a sharpie, strike your dollar words and God we trust. All authority superiority shall crumble into dust. Take a sharpie, strike your dollar words and God we trust.
Man, what else is going on?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about like working in a morgue and like looking at all those dongs, like dead dongs.
You see
like,
a lot of dead dongs.
Like,
what do you like? Do you think that like the dong like stays static once you die, or like does shrinkage still happen when it gets cold and stuff? Like,
I don't know.
What happens to your dong? Well, I know in rigor mortis, oftentimes like people get like massive fucking boners because of like all the gases and stuff. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Like people fart a fuck ton after they're dead.
Yeah.
Because they're releasing gases and they get big fucking monster hogs, dog.
Yeah.
I'm
thinking about those dead man boners. Like I'm thinking about them right now. Like
it's a dead man's boner.
Who could ask for more?
I couldn't personally.
I know, right? Like, it sounds great. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Where can I follow you on the internet?
Well, you can now follow us, both of us, and find all of our contact info and all of our social medias.
Jesus. And my social security number too.
Yeah, and your personal physical security also. I posted that there as well.
No.
Yeah. Your house keys, I posted those on the internet.
That's why I can't find them.
Yeah, I posted all of your equipment for Crass fans to steal for heroin.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
great.
No, you can now follow us at gettinhead.biz, baby.
Wonderful.
Aside from that, I'm on most socials at the Queer Goth. How about you?
I'm at New Metal Karate Society on Instagram and Twitter, I guess.
No. On Twitter, you're at New Me Talks.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. New Me Talks.
Yeah. No, I realized that today because it's a New Metal KS.
Yeah.
Right. But it actually spells New Me Talks.
Sure.
Think about it.
I have thought about that. I get a lot of messages from people that are like, I don't understand what your username is, or like they will text me and be like, I thought that your username was something else entirely, and I'm like, okay, did you read it? Like, did you look at the page? But I get it. Also, it's a long string of like letters. It's hard. I don't know. It's too long. I wish I had a simpler username.
It's too long. I've heard that before. It's like 4 pieces of spaghetti taped together. And I'm like,
like regular spaghetti or thin spaghetti?
Capellini, yeah.
Ooh, what's the sexiest pasta?
Oh, goo. That's a good question. I mean,
it's gnocchi, right? Because them balls, like they're like testicles. Imagine a ball sack, but it just has gnocchi.
That's what Italians have for testicles.
Whoa. Oh man. Imagine like you lost a testicle and like they have like prosthetic testicles, correct?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Think they're made out of wheat?
I think they're made out of the buckwheat boys.
The Buckethead wheat boys.
Yeah. Bazinga boys.
Bazinga boys.
Yeah.
You remember those like bands in like 2005 to 2007 where they were like scene kids that were making like shitty trap mixed with like shitty grindcore?
Oh, pretty
you know what I'm talking
like
about?
yeah, like and they I think the beginning of that was probably like Blood on the Dance Floor.
Sure,
Those
that
type
band
of
was one of
bands.
them. And there's another one that was like big.
Broken Side, Hollywood Undead.
Yeah, man, that what a genre that is. Like,
Damn.
wow, scene kid music.
Yeah,
What
I
a
mean,
thing.
like, have you listened to like modern scene kid music, like this like death trap type stuff going on?
Oh, okay. So some of that stuff gets posted sometimes in some Facebook groups that I'm in, and I'm like, wow, this is just scene kid music. Like that's my first
It's
thought.
really
Like,
it's like no. Yeah, that's about right. It's very modern scene kid music, but yeah,
oh,
it's
for
like
sure, yeah.
a dude screaming like rap about like gory stuff over trap beats, and I'm like,
Mhm. And then like alt-looking women,
yeah,
you know.
screaming stuff over trap beats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's that stuff.
If face tattoos were a musical genre,
Nice.
that's what that sounds like. Is face tattoos on 18-year-olds.
Yikes.
That's what all that music sounds like.
What tattoo artist would be like, yeah, 18-year-old kid, let's get a face tattoo?
God, I don't fucking know, but apparently fucking a ton of them, because like all of these fucking kids coming out of the woodwork got tons of face tattoos, and I'm like,
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like, I'm not hating. Like,
face
honestly,
tattoos are cool.
I think
I'll
face
probably
tattoos are
eventually,
cool, but like,
yeah,
I
I'll
don't
probably
really
eventually get a face tattoo. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, it's
I feel like you should have some kind of experience with tattoos.
well, no. Here's the thing: is like tattoos are so much about experience and like the symbology of life that you want to put on yourself. And
Oh man, that's some hipster tattoo nonsense.
18-year-olds are all fucking dumb and inexperienced, and so it's like, like if I got a face tattoo at 18 compared to now, it would just be a very different idea and concept.
Mhm.
And like the things I believed at 18, I don't really fucking believe now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, some of them.
You believe some pretty cool stuff when you're 18. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty cool.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you think that if you were 18 now, you would also be into that same kind of stuff?
That's a good question.
I
Especially
think
like
about
with
that
how,
a lot. Like, and like, I don't mean that in a very critical sense. Like, I love you, but like,
I don't know,
I think
but
about
at the
that for
same time, like,
myself
yeah.
because, like, if I was young now, like, I wonder where I would fall on like my perspective on the world. I guess, you know.
Right. But the thing is, like, at that time, the amount of media I was consuming was very different. The type of media I was
absolutely.
consuming were very different. Because, like, now all I listen to is, like, podcasts, right?
Mhm.
And back then, all I listened to was AM radio. And those are
Just a fucking weirdo.
very-
What 18-year-old is like, yeah, fucking AM conservative talk radio. That's what I'm
dude,
into.
fucking working class 18-year-olds in Alaska, dog.
I feel
Like,
that.
I was a cable guy driving around in a cable truck all day, you know, listening to the radio, and like the AM station, you know, because it's long wave, it's like the only one you can pick up fucking everywhere.
For sure.
And you know, probably because of that, I just started listening to fucking Mind Poison, like Rush Limbaugh, Michael Savage, Dr. Laura, Sean Hannity, all that fucking garbage.
What garbage?
Dumbass bullshit.
Like, truly, like,
Yeah.
Influential, unfortunately.
Bottom of the fucking barrel garbage. Yeah, but it well fucking poisoned my mind. I mean, if you're listening to that shit 4 to 6 hours a day, you're gonna start believing in it.
You think so? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, to a certain extent,
depend.
I
Like
guess.
now that I'm super critical of that worldview, yeah, but like I was young and inexperienced, and
full of inexperience.
and that's
young, dumb, and full of inexperience.
Imagine if I got a face tattoo. Like the day I turned 18, it would probably be like
Michael Savage's face.
I was gonna say it was right under my eyes and say like Savage Nation or something like that.
Yes, amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
I already love that.
Or I'd get like Rush Limbaugh's golden microphone behind my ear or some bullshit like that.
There you go.
No, there I don't.
Yeah. You would remain full of that inexperience, I think, for a long time if you had gotten any of those tattoos.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like if you get a face tattoo, like you are committed to that worldview in a way, and like you're, I think, going to intrinsically try to defend the worldview of whatever that symbology is more so than you would if you wouldn't have gotten the tattoo, so
because like there's that like sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
So people that adhere to belief systems, I feel like, are extra susceptible to sunk cost fallacy. Mm-hmm. And I know for myself, being raised like religious, like, and seeing that stuff from the inside, I saw a lot of people that were lifers.
That's another podcast.
That is, yeah, that's a whole thing.
Also therapy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, nah, that sounds like, yeah, it's something I need to talk to a mental health professional about. Nah, like I do need to go to therapy, dude.
Yeah.
Life is a thing.
Yeah, therapy's help. I mean, it helps to be able to talk to a person who, doesn't know you, and is there to be like an objective opinion. Because like,
that being said, though, I tried going to therapy before, and I was so much smarter than my therapist that I could not take her seriously, and it felt horrible.
No, and so that's the thing is like, if you don't immediately jive with your therapist, get a new one. Straight up. Yeah. That's it. Like, and if you have decent health insurance, which I'm sure you do, where you work. Yeah,
I've got great health
insurance. Yeah. Like go through therapists until you find one that you're like, oh, this motherfucker. Yeah. That's what it's about. Yeah. And then, it's a good starting point.
It's a good farting point, really. If you think about it.
I mean, what isn't a good farting point?
At the dentist.
No, that's the best time to fart.
But like, they got their mouth in your mouth, or wait, right? What are we talking about?
You know what was super embarrassing? Something I'm gonna put on the not recommended list. Is it
boner at the dentist? Is it boner at the dentist?
That's the sickest shit, especially if you're wearing like gray sweatpants.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta
Anyways,
go to bed,
edit all of that out. And
no, yeah, I'm just gonna like have us saying like dick pic for like 2 minutes, and that's gonna.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's a good description of what just happened.
Pretty much.
Accurate.
This has been Britt.
Hey, and this is Spencer. You're listening to Getting Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, Bucketheads.
Namaste.